What's up everybody, Jusky here, and I'm coming at you one more time with a video here right before I have to go into class today and then work later on after class, but I may be able to have some time in between class and work to stream for a few hours. We'll see, I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to make a video this morning and one more time for testing purposes, the Alkaiser Run, the old school Alkaiser Run. Is it possible that it could be brought back again in the campaign mode if we're farming in campaign in patch 2.0.1 and we don't have Reaper of Souls yet and we don't have access to the adventure mode and bounties and everything? What I want to test here this morning is to see if it's possible that the old school Alkaiser Run that we haven't used in ages now since the monster density patch was brought into effect, is that viable again? Is that a run that actually may be useful for not only the experience that it's known for, but also for legendary items? And we'll see how the monster density is. I mean, I've been all around Act 3 at this point. I've seen every zone. The monster density is, you know, essentially what it was before the previous patch that included monster density, the changes to monster density. It's like they reverted back to the old way again. So that being the case, I wanted to revert back to the Alkaiser Run and see how that goes. So without further ado, let's head right to it. Before we do though, I just want to show you, I found this legendary this morning, the Sky Cutter, and as you can see here, it rolled dexterity. So yes, we do have smart drops, but this is a prime example of not every legendary or rare will have smart drops tailored to your character, because I'm playing as a wizard, obviously intelligence based, and I rolled dexterity as the main stat here. Now if we had the Mystic, if I had access to the Mystic, I would be able to easily just re-roll that dexterity into intelligence, or even into a socket if I wanted a socket instead of intelligence. However, without the Mystic, this is just going to stay in my stash now. Obviously, I may give it to my monk if I do any kind of testing on monk on the PTR. But in the meantime, I just wanted to show you guys that I did get a Sky Cutter this morning before I started this video, and here it is. So these are all the legendaries so far that I've gotten on the PTR. I'm keeping them all in a separate stash tab here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus the one Arreat on my Enchantress, 9 legendaries so far on the PTR. And as you can see, really the only new one that I got was this, the Dovu Energy Trap. So that's the only new legendary I got so far. So let's see, maybe our luck will change. Maybe doing the Alkaiser Run now will give me better luck for finding some of the new legendaries. Whoops. Okay. So let's do it. As you can see here, I already started up. If you guys want to do the Alkaiser Run, what you have to do is go through the core of Arreat once, go to the end, down the steps right before you fight Azmodan, and right before you go in there, it'll say you reached a checkpoint. That's the checkpoint you want. So then you can port back to town and exit the game, and when you start a new game again, you'll have the core of Arreat portal here, as you can see, and you can just hop right into it, and it'll start you off at the end of the core of Arreat. So the route I'll be taking, the old school Alkaiser Run, is the core of Arreat backwards. You reach the waypoint there, you go to Tower of the Damned level 1. After you go through Tower of the Damned level 1, you go to Arreat Crater level 2. After Arreat Crater level 2, you go to the Bridge of Corsic, which leads you right into the Fields of Slaughter. Then you go in a big circle in the Fields of Slaughter. And then after Fields of Slaughter, you port to the Keep Depths level 1 and immediately go into the Keep Depths level 2 and clear out the Keep Depths level 2. And that's the old-fashioned Alkaiser Run. Now, people have made variants on this and have done it different ways, but I'm going to do it the traditional way, which is the way that I've just described. Alright, so let's hop right to it, shall we? See how this is for testing on the campaign mode of patch 2.0.1, pre-adventure mode. Alright, so right off the bat we have an elite pack here. That's a good thing. And I have to be careful here because of the fire chains. Fire chains will wreck me easily. So I have to be very careful here about that. And as you can see, we are playing on Master Mode here with the arcane build that I've created for my wizard. Alright, these guys used to give a crap load of experience way back in the day, and now they barely give anything. And they don't really have item drops either, so they're not that useful anymore, but they're good for keeping my dominant shield up because they're quick, little easy kills. So I will not complain. There we go. I feel like I found that that sky cutter already, and I used up my luck for the rest of the day. I feel like I'm not going to be finding any more legendaries now because I've already found that. But we'll see. Now naturally when Alkaiser did this, he was playing as a whirlwind barb, which was viable back then. And he would just fly through this content, these zones here. It would take him a very, very short amount of time to go through all the zones that I've mentioned. And now it's obviously taking me a bit longer because of the builds that we have now. But that's okay. It's a good thing that we can't just rush through everything, I think. So, I mean, of course you want to farm efficiently, but you also want to feel like you're kind of connected to what you're doing as well. I mean, I do anyway. I don't want to just kind of mindlessly run through everything and repeat over and over and over again the same thing. You know, having like a bit of variation and, you know, different build synergies and things like that you can try out as you do this, I think is a good thing. So, patch 2.0.1 definitely took us in the right direction as far as that. Okay, so now, like I said, it's Tower of the Dam, level 1. I'm going to go in a big circle here and then right back to the waypoint again. When we get back to the waypoint, we'll go to the Arreat crater level 2. Alright, so here's another elite pack. Come on, let's see another legendary. Let's see another leg. No legendary. Oh, by the way, I found that sky cutter out of a body, out of a dead soldier in the keeps. So, let it be known here that it's worth it to flip over bodies. Whenever you see those dead soldiers on the ground, hit them, because that's where I got that sky cutter. I didn't get it off of an enemy, I got it from a body. So it's definitely worth it. I've always said that anyway. I always check chests and bodies and barrels and all that stuff. Ooh, the racking well. Alright. Still no legendary though, sadly. It's a shame. Okay.
Need more time.
So, as far as this run is concerned, the Alkaiser run, we just got started, so I can't really make an evaluation of it yet, but from what I've seen so far, I think it's not too bad, because honestly, like I said, this is around the same monster density that we've had when Alkaiser made the run popular. So, now granted, like I said, those spiders don't give nearly as much experience as they once used to, but we're also testing this out for legendaries and elite pack density as well, so not just experience gain. So we'll see how it fares against, you know, other runs as far as that. But so far, I mean, I'm pretty satisfied with the density. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with the mob density here. Did I just say dead spray or dread spray? Okay, dread spray. Yes, as you can see, we're just about done already. The Tower of the Dam level 1. And Arreat Crater level 2 shouldn't take us that long either. Alright, so that's Tower of the Dam level 1. I left a tier over there, but that's okay, I don't really need it. Alright, now let's do Arreat Crater 2. For any of you guys who didn't know, the person I keep referencing, Alkaiser, he was the first person, the world first, to get Paragon level 100 when the Paragon system was introduced into the game. He played a Whirlwind Barbarian, which at the time was a very, very viable, not only viable, but the most efficient build that there was, not only for just Barbarians, but I believe in the entire game. There was not a build that could compete with Whirlwind Barb. The way that it worked was, obviously, Barbarian would use Whirlwind, and with a combination of other skills, would pretty much have an infinite whirlwind going on with infinite fury, and Wrath of the Berserker was commonly added to this build as well. And the way that you would do it is by spending and gaining fury so rapidly with the rune that Wrath of the Berserker had, called Into the Fray, I believe it was. No, that was Battle Rage. Into the Fray. Thrive on Chaos. Excuse me. The rune Thrive on Chaos for Wrath of the Berserker allowed the barbarian to stay in a permanent state of Wrath of the Berserker. And so, since then, all of those things have been nerfed. It's no longer possible to be in a permanent state of Wrath of the Berserker, and also Whirlwind Barb doesn't work as it used to. Now, I don't play Barbarian, so I'm not 100% sure on this, but what I've been hearing is Whirlwind Barb still is kind of a viable build in Reaper of Souls and in patch 2.0.1. Now, it certainly does not function as it once had. It's not as efficient, and it's not nearly as overpowered. And like I said, you can't stay in a permanent state of Wrath of the Berserker as you play it. However, I believe that it's still usable. I don't know how efficient, like I said, but it's still a usable build. If you really want to gear for it, you can still be a Whirlwind Barbarian to some extent. So, if you guys play Barb and you want to give it a shot, you know, if you have tried it already, in patch 2.0.1, either on the PTR or on the Reaper of Souls closed beta, please let me know in the comments below, and let me know how that worked out for you, because I'm really curious. I would really be curious to know how viable Whirlwind Barb is in the expansion. So, okay, so that was Arreat Crater level 2. Now we're going to head to the Bridge of Corsic, which is going to take us straight to the Fields of Slaughter. As you can see, let me just grab this shine real quick. Okay. Now we're just going to make a giant circle around the Fields of Slaughter and go right back to that waypoint again, which is going to take us to Keep Depths level 2. Now, I'm thinking about it. You honestly don't need... Oh no, I'm lagging. Don't lag now. Oh, don't lag now, please. Why? Why does this have to happen now? Alright, maybe it'll fix itself here. My latency is pretty terrible. Okay, it seems like it's getting better now. What I was saying was, you honestly don't even need to use waypoints anymore, because you can just press M now, and when you press M, it opens up the waypoint map, and you can just instantly teleport to any place that you're going. So you don't need to use waypoints to get from place to place anymore. But keeping with the tradition, I guess we'll do that. We'll head back, you know, to the waypoint. When you use the waypoint, you don't have to wait anyway. So normally you'd have to wait to teleport somewhere if you did it anywhere else. With a waypoint, it's instant. So I guess it is still kind of preferred to, if there's a waypoint near you, might as well use it. Now the Fields of Slaughter used to be one of the most dense areas before the mob density patch, which is why Alkaiser included it in this run. The same reason why he included the Keep Depths level 2, because that was also jam-packed with enemies. So we're going to see. I've done the Keep several times now, and it's not bad. It's not a bad area. It's a pretty good place to farm again. But the Keep Depths, I'm sorry, not the Keep Depths, the Fields of Slaughter, I haven't done that often. I've done it maybe 2 or 3 times so far in the PTR, so I got a pretty good gauge. Now the Icefall Caves, there is a cursed chest in there. Well, if it spawns, but there is a cursed chest that spawns in the Icefall Caves level 2. However, I'm not going to go in there now because, in keeping with the Alkaiser run, I'm just going to do those zones that I mentioned. But if you are doing this and you come across the Icefall Caves like I just did, then by all means go in there. If you're not just doing, you know, tests or whatever like I am, and you just want to farm, go in there, and there's a high probability that you'll get a cursed chest in level 2 down there. So I believe that's the one though that I wasn't able to to complete the bonus for. Yeah, it is the one. It's very hard to get the bonus on that one. So, well, for me it was anyway. If you play on normal, it may not be as hard. So, we have 2 packs here. I don't. No, I guess it's just one.
I need already. Still waiting. I'm badly wounded. I'm here.
So as you can see, the poison enchanted are really tough here.
Need more time.
Finally getting them down here. Okay. They had extra health too. Alright, awesome. We'll just continue in the circle that I'm making here. Now you could do this a lot more efficiently than I am. You can just completely skip those colossal Golgors because they're kind of like, you know, they take a little bit more time to kill, and as far as efficiency is concerned, it's really not worth it to just take the time out to kill them. But I'm just running through killing all the enemies that I see here. Well, most of the enemies that I see. So it's not. Oh, we got a rare from that. So you know, but if you wanted to skip those just to save time or whatever you were trying to do, then that's fine to do that as well. Alright. I'm getting a good number of elite packs, which is a good thing to see here. It's not too far off that once I leave one elite pack, you know, I go and encounter another one. So that's pretty good. And I know it's like that in the keeps also. Still no new legendary yet. I'm waiting for that. Alright, here's a pretty dense area here. And again, as you can see, another elite pack. So this is actually really good. I think if you're going to do Act 3, this run may not be a bad run to take. Unless you just want to do the keeps 2 over and over again, which is another common run, just for legendaries. But if you're trying to get some variety to your runs and you don't want to do the same thing over and over and over again, I think doing the old school Alkaiser Run might be a viable option. I'll have a recap at the end, you know, before I end the video after we're finished with the run, but I think for right now, it's pretty good. Okay. Alright, and I guess I can run up. Now normally, I guess you could just end there, but I'm going to run up and take out the middle area too. Just see what's up there. Maybe we have another elite pack or something. Okay, I think this is a side dungeon here, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not. Maybe I am mistaken. Yeah, it's not a side dungeon. Never mind. Alright, that's where the trebuchet was. Okay, so yeah, nothing up here really. Alright, so now, like I said, I don't have to go to the waypoint. We're just going to go to the Keep Depths level 1, and then as soon as we go to the Keep Depths level 1, there's going to be the entrance to the Keep Depths level 2. As you can see right here. Now what you can do is actually just check down here really quickly, just in this first room here, or second room. Check for an elite. Sometimes there's an elite pack here. Right now, though, there isn't. So we're just going to continue to move on to keep depths level 2. But sometimes you can check there, take a second or two and run down and see if there's an elite pack, and you can get an extra pack in if you wanted to. This is my favorite place. One of my favorite places still, even to this day, in this game, to keep depths level 2. It's just so, I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it reminds me a lot of Diablo 1. The way that the rooms are, the tile set is, it kind of reminds me of the old school Diablo 1. Maybe it just reminds me of finding legendaries back in the day. This was the place to come to for legendary hunting. So, I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, Keep Depths 2 is still one of my favorites. Now the thing about the Keep Depths 2 is it has Fallen Maniacs. And those Fallen Maniacs are a guaranteed spawn every time. So if you're going to come to the Keep Depths 2, you will encounter Fallen Maniacs. So it's just something you have to be ready for. It's nothing that's, nothing that's entirely difficult at all, but it's just something you have to be ready for. We're just moving steadily along here. You know what? I'm going to head up still. Continue to go this way. This might be a dead end up here. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's a dead end here. Oh, good. A goblin. Nice. Seems like another good thing about this is, I don't know if this is a change that they put in, patch 2.0, but pretty much every run that I do now, when I do a run, I usually do a few zones, maybe 3-4 zones, sometimes even less than that, maybe just like 1 or 2. And I always run into a goblin, without fail. There's always at least one goblin every time I play a game. And sometimes there's more. Sometimes there's more than one. Sometimes there's 2, even 3 goblins. But yeah, that's a good thing. We see a lot more goblins now, I feel like. It could just be my imagination, but it makes me feel like we are encountering more goblins here, which is really a good thing. Everybody loves goblins, right? Okay, another elite. Icy Quillbacks. Legendary? No. No legendary. Alright, look at this density here. See, as I said, It's really pretty good still for mob density. Alright, we got 2 rares here. Ah, I'm full. Okay. Can I pick this one up? What is this? Yeah, I could. Okay. Alright, let me head back to town really quickly as soon as I kill these skeletons before I move on any further. That way I can salvage everything, and then we'll come right back to it. Alright, so like I said, so far not too bad. Getting elite pack after elite pack, the density is pretty good. Yeah, I think it's pretty good for legendary farming, again, as well as if you're trying to go for experience. And like I said, you don't have access to bounties yet. Okay. Just throw this stuff in the stash here. Whoops, not that. Oh no, I put it in the wrong spot. Whoops. I had this open to show you guys the legendaries. Did I get everything? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's resume. We're almost finished here with the keep depths level 2. And this is the last spot on the Alkaiser Run. So as soon as we're done here, that's the entire run. And of course, like I said, Alkaiser did it much faster than what I did here. But this was the route. So it's not a bad route, like I said, in patch 2.0.1. Of course, it would be nice if I got a legendary as I was doing this to sweeten the deal even more, but yeah, this is probably going to connect right here. Okay.
Not ready yet.
Another rare from whites. It's not that common anymore to get rare items or legendary items from white packs, from trash mobs. It seems like a lot of the higher quality things, especially legendaries and rare items, are coming from elite packs now, and bosses even. So it seems like, you know, for me to get a rare there, and I think I actually just got one before that too. So I got 2 rares from trash mobs, you know, almost back to back. That seems to be pretty rare now. And yeah, that connected, and I believe where we have to go is right up here. But I guess I could go down there and just check. Nah, you know what? I'm not going to, because it's so far out of the way. Let me just go back to where we have to be here.
Still waiting.
I would feel pretty silly if the portal for level 3 was down there, but that's okay. If that's the case, we're just going to end when we get to the end here.
Time.
But it's probably this way. Yep, this is the way. And that's it. That's the end, actually. Okay. Alright, so that was the Alkaiser run. And like I said, pretty good. It was not a bad run at all. Now, we didn't get any legendaries to sweeten the deal, like I said. But, you know, it's okay. I think the mob density was really good. I think that the elite pack density was actually not that bad. We, you know, encountered several decent, you know, elite packs, a good number of elite packs, and it was fairly quick. I think it was fairly quick. And again, the route is the core of Arreat backwards. So now, if I was to start a new game, I would have the portal that said the core of Arreat right there, because I didn't get any new checkpoints since I last made that checkpoint. So I'd be able to go right back to the core of Arreat, go backwards through it, just like I did at the start of this video, and then take the path, which is the core of Arreat, the Tower of the Dam level 1. You go around in a big circle, go right back to the waypoint, go to the Arreat crater level 2, clear out the Arreat crater level 2. If you want to, like I did, you can take the stairs at the end and go down to that waypoint in the next zone right there, so that you can waypoint over to the Bridge of Corsic, which after you go there, you go north and you make a big circle around the Fields of Slaughter, and then if you want, you fill in the center like I did, but nothing usually is there because that's where the trebuchet is. So you make a big circle around the Fields of Slaughter, you go back to the waypoint again, you teleport to the Keep Depths level 1. If you want to, you check real quick to see if there's an elite in the Keep Depths level 1 right there. If so, kill it. If not, go right back to where the waypoint was, and you go into the stairs to the Keep Depths level 2, and you clear out Keep Depths level 2 like I just did. So that's the Alkaiser run. I think pretty good for patch 2.0.1. If you don't have adventure mode and you don't have Reaper of Souls yet, this is pretty decent to do, I think. And you could even go in the Icefall Caves while you're in the Fields of Slaughter if you want to try to farm that cursed chest there. And yeah, and then people have added things like Arreat Crater level 1 up here. You could also do you know, the Tower of the Curse level 1 if you wanted to. You could do the battlefields, which is right before the Bridge of Corsic. Here you can head south from the Bridge of Corsic and you go do the battlefield. So a lot of options you could do here, and you could even put in the Keep Depths level 1 and the Keep Depths level 3 if you wanted to as well. And I just got disconnected from Battle.net, but that's okay because the video is over anyway. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Please, follow me on Twitter if you'd like to know when I go live next time for my live streams and other things that I'm doing in the world of Diablo here, all the different news that I keep up with. And then also, if you would like to check me out for my live streams on twitch.tv/JuskyRain. Thank you guys so much, and hopefully later today I'll be able to stream for a few hours before I go to work, so be on the lookout for that. Thanks again, guys. Take care.